It seems an age since we were last down in Santa Ponsa. I think it was probably for the St. Patrick's Day parade when it was quite cold and rainy. Today it's quite different. Today's the 29th of April 2022. The sun's shining, and as we left home it was 24 degrees. It's now coming up to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. There are still people on the beach, and I'm guessing there's people in the sea as well, though I can't see that far. We're just going to have a little walk around Santa Ponsa, just to our afternoon evening walk. I can see somebody swimming in the sea now. Yes, so yeah, there are people in the sea. 24 degrees though, that's quite pleasant, isn't it? Very nice. Okay, so join us on our walk now. So you can see Anita's had to get the parasol out.
First time this year, or second maybe.
Yeah, we've not had it out very much this year. The parasol's been stowed away in the back of my car, and we still haven't managed to find one here. We may end up getting one online, or maybe she can make that last another year. That's what I like, thrift. I'm very pleased to hear that. So we're going to have a little walk up, and then we're going to try and make it to the square. There's a lot more people about. The bars are open. Queuing somewhere. Oh, they're looking for a boat cruise, so they're queuing across the road. The beach bar's open. Sunbeds are out. The parasols are out on the beach. Santa Ponsa has come to life, and it's all happened over the Easter holiday, and it's when the weather has sort of changed, and it's quite busy over Easter, and a lot of people have contacted me to say that they're coming out to Mallorca this weekend, not necessarily to Santa Ponsa, but just to Mallorca in general. So we've got a really busy weekend ahead of us. We've already been to Majorca to pick up our grandchildren. I had lunch with them, and then from Majorca the grandchildren went off swimming, and so we went to Puerto. So hopefully, all being well, there'll be a video of the farmers market in Puerto. Quite a strange place to have a farmers market in Puerto with all the big yachts there. Anyway, we enjoyed it, and do have a look. And if you're in Mallorca this weekend in this neck of the woods, then I can recommend you go and have a look at Puerto. It's an interesting place to go to, and the farmers market just means you've got that something else to have a look at. And you can guess what Anita bought. No, I'm not going to give you any clues. So we're just coming up to the roundabout. During the St. Patrick's Day parade, there was a stage here, and that's where all the entertainment was going on. And just as we got here, the heavens opened, so we had to go into a bar and have a drink. And we were encouraged to go in because we saw a friend in there. You can see lots of places open now, people sitting outside enjoying the warm spring weather. So 24 degrees is really, for me, just perfect. Walking up this hill might be a bit of a struggle. We'll see. I don't think we will be in the shade, but maybe I could do with one of those pints. Maybe that's the reward at the end of the walk, is we can stop off in a bar and have a little refreshment. Anita tells me she's already done her 10,000 steps. Well, there's a few steps there. I'll look over the other side of the road. Wow, there's a few more steps up there. No, we're not going to do those. We're going to go this way. Now she's done 11,000. There's actually some smoke in the air. Something's burning. I hope it's a barbecue in a restaurant getting ready. So that's what it smells like. And it's actually, I can see the smoke billowing from above the bank. I don't think it is the bank, I think it's next door. Ooh, just quite smoky. So yes, the restaurant next door is a grill restaurant. And they've obviously lit their fire, and it just does smell like camping. So if you like that sort of food, that one's one place you can go to. Next door we've got the Indian, and Anita says she'd rather go there. We do enjoy our Indian food, but at lunchtime today, when we go to Majorca, we go to one of our favourite bars there, Cazadores, which is the Hunter's Bar, and it's a tapas bar, so I'm perfect. I have tapas. Busy around here. I think I might need to cross over there. Oh, she spotted a shop. I'm going to cross over anyway. It's a one-way street, so I just walk down here. We usually walk on the left-hand side, but I'm coming across here because there's a bit of shade, and I do like to walk in the shade. So the way they cut the trees here means that there's quite a nice shade on this side. So it's quite pleasant for walking. And as I say, it's not a side of the road we usually walk, so I'm seeing something from a different angle. And there's lots of bars, restaurants, shops, different things on this side, which maybe I missed. And the path's a bit wider here. It's still all uphill, so if you're like me, find it a bit of a struggle, and take your time. There's always one or two places you can stop off. And there's even a pharmacy here with this flashing sign, which usually gives the temperature. Pharmacia Col and Ditch. That's the name of the pharmacy. And it's 1809, so, and it's the 29th of the 4th. Is it going to give us the temperature next? It's a big build-up if it is. 26 degrees. 26 degrees. And I'm out for a walk. But it's 26 degrees at 6 o'clock in the evening, so you can imagine how warm it feels in the afternoon. So it's the weekend for me. I've got a couple of days off, but we've already managed to fill those days up with different things. So we're visiting a friend tomorrow morning, and then we'll be out in the afternoon. Sunday is already looking busy, as we're going to be visiting Palma Nova on Sunday to visit some friends that we've gathered, and Sean and Claire are coming over for a little break, a May break, so we're going to meet them, and we may bump into some others in Palma Nova who've told me they're going to be there, so we might manage to see some people. And all the time I'm going to be trying, if we can, to make some videos. Just to my right we've got a supermarket, BIP, Euro Cup, and you get all your little supplies there if you're staying in one of the places close by. So on the left hand side we've got one of the Globales blocks, Verdamar apartments, and I know during the lockdown and during the winter time people have often been asking me, is it open yet? And the answer has been sometimes no. Well, lots and lots of places are open, and according to the newspapers, about 90% of the hotels on the island are now open. So I don't think you need to worry. There are some hotels opening today and over this weekend as well. Nearly at the top now. That first is building up. Nearly at the top. Well, it's what we say to the children when we take them on a school trip. They're on the coach and they say, "Are we there?" Yeah, we're nearly there, just around the corner. Of course, we've not really done much in the way of school trips for the past 2 years, so this term is going to be quite different because we are actually going to have some school trips. And being a science teacher, we're taking some classes to the university to a science fair, and then one of the classes, our year 6, are planning a trip to Valencia. And in Valencia there's a super science museum and an aquarium, so real great fun trip to go on that one. Anita and I have both been and really enjoyed that. Oh dear, nearly at the top, darling. I'll just have a little pause. I'm going to cross over the road because there's a beautiful view down some more steps. I'm sure to get my 5,000 in today, and we can see across to the other side of Santa Ponsa. Get our breath back as we just go around the final bend. Anita's done this walk very many times before, but I'm sure she doesn't believe me. Parking is a bit of an issue. We went into the public car park and it was full, so we just drove around the block and we did actually find some parking. You do have to be careful where you're parking. If there are blue lines, and then it's likely you're going to have to pay for your parking. If it's white lines, it should be free, but do check. Have a look at any signs that are close by and any meters that are close by. Saturday and Sunday are a little bit different. Saturday afternoon is usually free, and Sunday is normally free in most places, but not all. So that checking is really important. We're just coming up to Caesar's apartments, all open of course.
Watch your videos.
Do you watch them?
I see your videos.
Have you? You on YouTube?
Things, yeah.
Excellent.
You're
Thank
from
you.
Mallorca, aren't you?
We're Stokies, yes.
It's my first time here, and then a couple of weeks before I was coming, I was watching your videos and stuff,
Yes.
the wee walks before I come here.
Yeah.
You know, so it was nice.
Well, there you go. You're going to be on a video now.
Yes.
Cheers.
Enjoy it.
Thanks.
have a
See
good
you.
one.
Bye bye.
All right.
If you ever do bump into us as we're having a walk around, do say hello like that. It's lovely to meet people, and it gives us that encouragement to go up. We're nearly at the top of the hill, dear. It's that little bit further. I should have been a fitness trainer in another life.
Maybe not.
I've got a friend, Darren Dunlop, Canadian, and he is a fitness trainer. He has his YouTube channel, his Facebook channel. Darren, oh, I think you failed with me, but I am trying, and I'm trying to get to the top of this hill at the moment. In Mallorca, if you're going to do a walk, and it's a long walk, evenings and mornings, definitely the time to do it. Maybe we're starting this one a little bit too early. We've got to get the light. If you're making a video, the light is the important thing. De chevaux. I do see a few of the old Citroens around. In the farmer's market there was a Citroen van which hailed from the 50s, I would think, or 60s. And that's it, dear. We made it.
Really?
It's downhill from here on in. Whew. So this week we surpassed 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Absolutely amazing. And I thank each and every one of you for that subscribing. It just gives us that little bit of encouragement to go that extra little bit. Initially when I was driving down into Santa Ponsa, I thought, oh, we'll just do the beach. When I got here, I thought, oh, why not try for the square? It's a bit of a walk for us, a bit of a walk for me, and it is a lot fitter than I am. It's a bit of a walk for me, but we're going to do it. The square's just in front of us. Bars and restaurants are now got a little bit of a quiet time. It's between lunch and dinner, so they're all ready for this evening, and so don't be surprised that they're not open, because it's sort of a funny time now, 6:15. So I said the last time we were down here was St. Patrick's Day, middle of March. I'm not sure what actual date it was because it was a Sunday. And we didn't come up here on that day, so we didn't actually get to the square. And so the last time we actually came up to the square is even longer ago. You're going to have to search back in the Santa Ponsa playlist. And at that time, some of the bars were open, not many, and it wasn't looking very lively at all. So it'll be interesting to see what Easter has done for it. And the sign's up there for the square. One of the things that was announced quite a while ago is that there was not going to be the same entertainment that there'd been in the past, so I'm not really sure what to expect. And certainly the events of the week poster that's up there is it's not looking too happy at the moment. It looks a bit tattered and torn, and I think there's nothing on there. So, but in front of it we've got people already sitting outside for their early evening cocktails. We'll just head into the square, see what's there. Those cocktails look delicious. So, Santa Ponsa Community Centre down here, and well, the square's already, from my distance, looking totally different because there's lots of tables and chairs out, and it wasn't like that when we came before. In fact, we had to be careful because they were laying some tiles when we were here before. And there's some big signs here, crispy cod. On another day I'd like that. The Irish Rover pub is advertising, and then we've got the karaoke night. So there on my left is the Irish Rover. I'm just going to do a quick walk around Hogan. The Hogan stand is another Irish pub. Of course, Santa Ponsa, noted for the Irish tourists, or the tourists from Ireland. I need to get that right. Hello. Do you? Thank you very much.
I only said to Bray, I said, we're in
I'll be
I
still
touched this
looking
one back in
around.
school.
Still looking around. I was
Well-
waiting for to see the brand. To
That's
see
it,
where-
my parasol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now he's keeping anyway. He's
All good,
yes,
all good,
He
yeah,
said
yeah.
he just went back to work because the schools are back, are he?
Yeah.
Schools are back now, yeah,
Yeah.
so I've been to work today.
Ah,
So
yeah.
it's like an evening walker for us, get us out of the house.
Very good.
Because usually it's going in the mornings, don't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's nice. It's getting a bit warm to walk in the evenings as well now.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
Yeah.
The weather's been
But
fantastic.
you're on holiday, it's perfect, isn't it?
We're going home tomorrow.
Oh, well, you've got a nice tan to go home with.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a pleasure to meet you, man.
And absolutely a pleasure to meet you too, and thank you very much. Thank
The
you.
videos.
Good, and you'll be on this one.
No,
No.
don't put me on because the police might be looking at me.
Enjoy your trip.
Enjoy the rest of your holiday. Thank you. Bye bye. And that's what we love. We love to hear from people, tell us that they've been watching the videos and have a little laugh with us. That's what we're here for. Here to be happy. The crown's open. Just walk around outside. There's a little supermarket here if you need something. And then next bar, next Irish pub. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Keltswell. I'm sure I've been told off for pronouncing it wrong. The Keltswell, but that's open too. As is the bar next to it, and I can't actually see the name on there. But all looking very busy. Yeah, go back, and there is a stage, so I don't know, maybe all of those tyres look as though it's for little racing cars. And yes, we've got the racing cars here, the little cars for the track for the children, which all needs to be set up. Is nearly ready. So this part not quite ready, needs a bit of a facelift, but hey, we've had a hard 2 years. I'm not hungry at all, but that crispy cod smells good. Darling, one day, crispy cod, put it on your list, places to go, smells good. And customers wanted, no experience needed. I like that.
Come and try you when we're a bit more hungry.
We're looking for it, it smells wonderful.
It's not good rating so far.
All right. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
So that's good. That's crispy cod. Put it on the list. A fish and chip shop. It is one of the things when we go back to the UK. I always like to get in a fish and chips.
Fish and chips and curry sauce.
I used to like the curry sauce. Fish and chip shop curry sauce. It's not quite Indian curry sauce, a bit different.
Indian curry sauce wouldn't go with fish and chips.
No, I don't think it would either. Well, I don't know. Right, so we've actually got a bit of shade now, and that is really welcome because walking in the sun, it does get quite warm. And we're going to head down now to the sea, so hopefully we'll get a little bit of a sea breeze. So it's across the road and drawing it away from the shops. And we're going to go along, well, I nearly call it a promenade, which is what it should be. A walkway, which is again what it should be. Obstacle course, that's what it is. So you won't be hearing Anita saying, just be careful, or watch your step, or it's all part of the fun. And it starts here really because the actual path that goes down. Sorry? Anita's just nipping into the supermarket. I'll just make my way down slowly. It's made out of, I think, local stone, and it's all cracked. And it's not too bad, but perhaps one day the local councillor, who I guess are in charge of this, or possibly Costas, it's close to the sea, need to come down and just upgrade it a little bit. Many of the stones are cracked it's all clean and it's all very tidy, and they've obviously been down and cut the grass and made it look okay. So maybe I'm complaining about nothing. Maybe this is part of the what Mallorca should be like, a sort of a bit of an oldie worldy side of it. There's a big apartment block just to the side, but it's okay. And actually, when we get to the bottom, we do walk by very close to some apartments as well. But we're also very close to the sea, and it'll be interesting to see the difference this time. And I'm building up the thirst. It's interesting how you can hear people talking, you can just hear the Irish accents. It's lovely to go to these different places and hear all the different nationalities that are around, and they tend to be in little pockets around the island. So a lot of British come here, a lot of all nationalities come here, but it's always been a focus for people from Ireland, and so that's why we have so many of the Irish bars here. And the lovely Guinness. Do you like it? I don't drink Guinness a lot, but when I do, I really enjoy it. So just coming down, and there is a tiny little beach just over the wall here. But it's not easy to get to, and not usually used by very many people. It's not really much of a beach either. We'll see. The stones are a little bit more uneven here. I'm going to need to telling me to be careful, but I will be careful. Someone was asking about how the sea here compares with Alcudia, and they always go on holiday to the north of the island, to Ponza and Alcudia, that sort of area. And well, just let me show you over the wall here. Someone's actually made it a bit easier for us to see, and it's just this little bay here, and the water is just crystal clear. It really is very, very clear. Perfect if you're into snorkeling. Beautiful place to snorkel. You've got lots of rocks, lots of things of interest, and I'm sure you're going to find quite a few fish down there as well. The sea is very, very clear. People still out on the beach sunbathing. Anita caught me up yet? Oh, here she comes. I'm just going to slowly make my way, because Anita walks a lot quicker than me now. Never used to be like that. And the next part is where it starts to become a little bit more interesting. We've got a few steps, but there is a rail to help you walk down. This is a wooden rail. We don't usually find wooden rails, but I did actually find one, I think, near the Etis, and I put my hand on it and the whole thing fell apart. So this one isn't much better. Looks a little bit rickety. Needs a few screws in it, I think. There's that little beach, and there's just the gentle ripple of the waters on the beach there. Is catching me up? Yeah, she's catching me up. And just at the end of here, there's the swimming pool, and there's people in the pool as well. Guessing the pool's to the block, so stay in the block. That's your pool. CP Caesars. And yeah, you can swim in there between 9 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the evening. 9 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the evening. Just to my left, there's the bar, which got battered by a storm and has been undergoing repairs. And it's still undergoing repairs. It's not ready to open quite yet. And now we get the view of the bay of Santa Ponsa, and it's a really quite deep bay. So on the opposite side we have the port, and you can't actually see the port here. It really is well hidden in there. There's quite a nice little port, and then on the opposite side lots of apartments and hotels and some nice restaurants along there too. And then as we come round, we've got the main beach in Santa Ponsa. So Santa Ponsa is really one big beach. There is another one, a smaller beach just around there. Again, you can't really see it very much. It's where there is a big fight, the Moors and the Christians, at the end of August, beginning of September. Again, that's something that's not happened for quite a while, but if you're here at that particular time, it's quite spectacular. There's a big parade of Moors and Christians, and then a big battle on the beach. It's all part of the fun. To celebrate the conquering of Mallorca by King Jaume. Now this is the bit that gets a little bit hairy, and Anita's going to be saying, be careful, watch your step. And there is actually a sign there that says Prohibido el paso, which means don't go past here. It's been put to one side, and obviously everybody does go past, so it's doing it at your own risk, I think. Attention, peligroso, is dangerous. But we've done it many times before, and we're going to do it again. And Faith, if you're watching and if you're listening, I'm doing this bit especially for you. So I'm just going down the steps. Because some time ago when I did this walk, Faith wrote on my on the YouTube channel in the comments, she said every time she comes to this point when we're walking, she thinks of this tune. Recognise it? It's like Mission Impossible.
As he falls down the hole.
As he falls down the hole, yeah. It's not too bad. But I've made it. Should get a badge for that, shouldn't I? I hope you enjoyed that, Faith. And the parasols still don't have their parasols on here. They're still just bits of wood sticking out of the concrete. The beds that are here are private, so they've got their own chains and padlocks, and so people from the apartments here have put their own beds by a particular parasol that doesn't exist, and they can come and sunbathe. Neither Anita or I are sunbathers, and we've not been for a very, very long time. I think probably in our teenage years, maybe in our early 20s, we used to enjoy sitting in the sun. It's not really something we do, is it? We don't sit in the sun at all. And you can see Anita, she's carries her own shade with her, and I wear mine on the top of my head. But we both like to be warm, I think. It's one of the beauties of living in Mallorca, is that for many, many months of the year it's warm. But it does get cold in the winter. It does get very cold sometimes. So the sea has calmed down from the stormy weather that we've had, and it's now very, very calm. And there's just a little friend on the top of the pole. Oh, he's gone. And it's good to hear the sound of people enjoying themselves here. I think I'm going to get my step count up to date, aren't I? I think I'm going to get up there. Not going to get to Anita's dizzy heights of however many she's done, but there's a good chance I'll hit that 10,000. Right, here we go. Could be happy hour down here. We're just heading back towards the beach now.
Yeah, really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Certainly noisy over here. I have to step over the wall here. Bah. In one of the last videos I did, it was about a hen party coming over here to stay in Palma Nova, and they were asking me how far it was from the Mimosa Hotel to the Magaluf Strip. So I did that walk for them, and the girl that's organising it told me that there were 34 of them planning to come. It'll be quite a gang when they get here. I don't know what the record is for these sorts of things, but that certainly sounds like a lot of people. And we're on another part which needs a lot of TLC. The path here is in a terrible state. It wouldn't really take very much for them to pour a big dump of concrete to fill some of these holes in and just smooth it all out. But it's all part of the fun. Another swimming pool. This one's devoid of people. Oh, I just walked past. This is the Beach Club restaurant. And that pool does look very inviting. Leave there. I'll come to the next place where we have actually stopped here in the past. This next one, which is called Las Olas. We have actually stopped here for a refreshment before. Very nice. And just beautiful views over the bay. So for me, I'm still at school, still working, but it's coming up to exam time, so the exams have actually started for many of the students. Lots of the GCSEs and A-level exams have already started, and they start in earnest. Certainly the GCSEs next week, and the A-levels start the following week, and pretty much go on through to the end of June. So they're revising hard. I hope they're not actually down on the beach sunning themselves or swimming in the sea. I trust my students most often. Just getting towards the big sandy beach. There are these little beaches here, which I guess people in the apartments use. Still a lot of seaweed on them. On the main beach there's big mountains of seaweed, which is still yet to be cleared by the authorities. But the pedalos are out, beach beds and the parasols. And here the promenade is in good condition. We did notice that McDonald's is actually open. It's been closed for, I guess, 3 years now. But, as we drove past, did notice it was open. Oh, nice to get a little bit of shade. I think I've done well with my walking today, dear. Not sure where we're going tomorrow. We've got to go and see a friend in the morning and help her out with a computer, sort her out with a few problems she's got, and then hopefully we'll be able to go somewhere different for a walk tomorrow. And Sunday I'm anticipating being in Palmanova again. Sunday evening we'll be back to the Mallorca cafe for the football. Big match on Sunday, 9 PM local time, and that's Mallorca Barcelona, but it's an away match, so it's going to be in Camp Nou, the new camp in Barcelona. So I don't think many of the Mallorca supporters are expecting too much, though the optimistic amongst us will say that Barcelona are not doing too well at the moment, and so anything is possible. And I'm sure that any Mallorca supporter would be happy to come away with anything. A point would be a dream score for us. 3 points would be fantastic. We're getting towards the end of the season now, not many matches left, and Mallorca are just hovering above the relegation zone, and they need any points that they can get just to keep them a little bit above that zone. Crunch match is coming next weekend when we will be playing Granada, who are just below us at the moment, and really important that we win that match to make sure that we go up. Noisy lads, obviously having a good time. Are your legs aching as much as mine? Yeah, it's getting a little bit warm.
I'm thirsty.
Oh, there's Anita says she's a bit thirsty. So I think that's a good excuse to find a bar. So I did actually say something about public toilets. There are public toilets. There's public toilets, and it's 50 cents. So 50 cents in there for the public toilet. And I'm guessing that's a similar price on the other beaches. So get your 50 cent coins ready if you are planning to spend a day on the beach. There's still quite a few people on the beach, people packing up now though, but the sun is still quite powerful, and people keen to get the last few of the rays that are available. I have to keep changing hands, holding the camera. Carry on walking along the beach a little bit and along the promenade across the front. Past the ducks here. Always a few ducks here in Santa Ponsa. I still find it strange. I always associate ducks with lakes, fresh water. In the UK, that was my experience. You go to a park, there'll be a lake, and you can see some ducks. Here, actually, here in the seawater. So are we heading to the watering hole? Is that where we're heading? That's where we're heading, I thought so. So we're just going to walk along the beach and we're going to head to the watering hole. If you're not familiar with the watering hole, it's certainly worth investigating. They've got a lovely swimming pool, so if you're not one that's keen to swim in the sea but prefers a pool, the watering hole could well be the place for you to go if you want to get away from your hotel or apartments. And it's a great place to have a drink, or it's a good place to have a bite to eat as well. So we've eaten there, and we've also had a drink there. We've always been made very, very welcome. So that's where we're heading. We're not eating, we're just going to drink. Is that right, dear?
Is that right?
It is right. I'm absolutely parched. I think I might need a pint. Or two. Who's driving home? Oh dear, it's Shandy again. I do quite like Shandy. And in the summertime it's a good, refreshing drink. So this is where we always used to see the parakeets, but not anymore. So it is nice to walk and hear the birds singing. A lovely big beach here in Santa Ponsa, and it's one of the beaches that will be well looked after. They'll come and clean it every day. Somebody goes wrong with a big rake, and they'll bring on tractors at certain times and they keep it nice and clean, and the water too will be looked after as well. And the people who have the beds, they obviously have got a vested interest in keeping the beach clean and tidy. Do have the showers, so if you have been in the seawater, then you can come and have a shower here, wash the salt off you. Don't be tempted to bring any soap along, because that is definitely not allowed. You're not allowed to use soap, so big fines for breaking rules like that. So if you're coming on holiday in the next week or so, then Europe Day is something you might want to put on your calendar. It's May the 8th. May the 8th is when we're celebrating Europe Day in Palmanova. There'll be lots and lots of things going on. There'll be music and other entertainment. There'll be lots of stalls of all sorts, lots of different sorts of stalls, but the charities, the local charities will be there. So I will be there with my Leo group, which is part of the Lions, and our aim is to raise money for local charities, and usually they're children-based charities, because the association with the school, young children can associate with other children who are not as fortunate as themselves. So that's what our money goes to, various local charities here on the island which support the well-being of youngsters, and other charities will be there of course as well. So there'll be the Rotary Club, some of our friends from the Rotary will be there, and then the various cancer charities and Age Concern, all doing their little bit here in Mallorca to help the residents, people who live here. And we just had our Masonic Ladies Night, and one of the things we did there was to have a raffle and an auction, and we've raised well over €1,000 to go again to charities here on the island to help make life a little bit better for those who are a little less fortunate. Coming up also, I think in May, is the sponsored walk. That could be pretty warm. Not sure I'm going to be doing a sponsored walk this year. You might go on and have a look. There's always some good entertainment and some good food, and then you just make a donation to the Rotary Club, the ones that sponsor this, their charity, and I'll try and find out exactly what they're trying to raise money for this year. Just going to cross over. So there have been some changes. This used to be a restaurant. It's now a comuna. Big change there. Tobaccos. They're always the same. And then some people are already starting on the evening meals. This is very early here. But this is one of the Chinese restaurants. Looks like there's an Indian, but it's not ready yet. Just getting past the bank, and I'm getting desperate now. Are we at the watering hole? Another place doing fish and chips, but no, Nita, we're not having fish and chips. We're just going to have a drink. Is that okay? Well, I can't tell you how much we've both been waiting for this. Cheers.
Pina colada.
Oh, she's off to red wine for the moment, onto the pina colada. Thanks very much for watching. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, and keep on watching.
Bye.
Bye bye for now.